Wait, something's going on over here. It says more than one ingestion is using the primary URL. Send one stream to the primary ingestion URL and one to the backup URL? What does that even mean? Does that mean I'm streaming like twice? What's going on? YouTube is being funky monkeys. What? Is it because my MacBook is on from the piano stream? No, it's being weird. I think my computer's just being weird. But hello, everybody. Welcome to stream. I'm a sleepy owl today. Very, very sleepy owl. Oh, you know what? I think it's because I guess I was using a different setting for that. I don't know. Okay, whatever. That's fine. We're here and that's all that matters. I'm apparently double streaming, but as long as you guys can hear me and see me and it's not glitching out and YouTube doesn't kick me out or ban me or whatever, I'm good. We're here. I'm so sleepy. I'm allowed to be EP Owl, right? I had a long day today, guys. I've been up since like really early in the morning and I had so many errands to run because of this trip that I have, and I just came off working a triple shift. But I don't know, it's just I hold up a second. I'm just feeling a little eepy today, so please excuse me if I sound like a drunk person because that's how I feel right now. I feel a little tipsy even though I have not drank anything. It's just sleep deprivation. Why, I know I'm supposed to be nocturnal, but I reset my body so that I could do my errands today, and I had so many errands to run today, and I have so many errands to run tomorrow. I have to wake up early tomorrow as well, which is why I cannot stream for too long today. And so I decided to just do like a really quick Gunpla because I didn't want to like play BioShock because it would take too long because I wanted to try and finish the whole game. But I wanted to still like do something fun and interactive, and I thought, oh, but I guess a just chatting stream would work, but I also want to build something because I haven't really built something in a while. So yeah, we're gonna be building a petite guy today. It's a small bear guy, and this one is a pink one that has a little, even smaller bear guy hanging out of his hand. So it's like a bear guy within a bear guyception. Yeah. So for those of you who enjoy Gunpla making streams, you're in for a treat. I really want that Red Bull and Cuban coffee that you're talking about. But if I drink it, I probably would not be able to sleep, and I need my precious sleep. You know, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I set up for stream as soon as I got home, and then I took a big fat nap. I took a 30-minute nap, and I was like, this is not enough. I passed out, and then I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna stream for a little bit, and then I'm gonna pass out again right after this. So if I end up falling asleep halfway through stream, then don't mind me. This is the there's a reason why. There's a reason why. But I just wanted to stream because I'm going to be gone for a little over a week. I will be able to see you guys until next weekend, basically. I'm flying tomorrow night, and I will be returning next Saturday night. So I won't be able to hang out with you guys for a whole week, and so I'll miss you. and we need to catch up and talk about some things that have happened. Because a lot of really interesting things have been happening at work. So, yeah, but how have you guys been? Are you guys staying warm? It's getting mad cold where I am. I don't like it. I'm wearing, as you see, you'll see later with my hand cam that I'm wearing a lot of warm clothes at the moment because I'm just so cold. Yeah, I'm wearing my really fluffy sweater and then yeah, I guess what, guys? I have a lot of fun stories to tell you about these last 3 shifts that I worked. Very wholesome stories, very crazy story, weird, unbelievable, gross stories. So yeah, let's get to the Cunningham. Wait, this is not it. This is not it. Okay, here we go. I was like, that's not what I wanted. Let's see, what did I want to get? What did I want to change the BGM to? Yes, I wanted to change the BGM to my crafty BGM. Wah! So, get ready to hear lots of Athy yawning because I'm like, yeah, I'm fading, but it's okay. Welcome to stream, y'all. Athy handcam time. Nom 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 nom. Look at my beautiful hands. I got one of the errands that I had to do today was getting my nails done. So I got my nails done in a very pretty cat eye pattern. Isn't this so cute? I wanted to get something that would match the snow when I went skiing. And then I have like a bunch of band-aids and like really gross like cuts all over my hands because my hands are always so dry, but I tried out cat eye nails for the first time and the technician was so skilled. They put like little like star stickers. There's like a certain design that I really wanted. Yeah. I have my shiny gray talons on. And this is my I have my koala. This is like a koala snuggie. It's like really, really big. It has a hoodie and everything like that. I got this on Amazon. It has like fleece lining it and stuff. It's like a massive snuggie. Basically covers like my whole body. But I am wearing my Jimmy Jams and I was so sad because I wish it wasn't too cold in my room right now because you guys would be able to see my Jimmy Jams a little more. But I'll show you what my Jimmy Jams are. These are my favorite pajamas, guys. Yeah, you like my pajamas? You like my Jimmy Jams? Aren't they so cute? I bought them out of Marshall's. I got one pair for me and for Mama Athy, and she has a pair of blue ones as well. My matching jammies. I know it has a brown owl, it has a pink owl, and a gray owl on it. It's basically, this is me, basically. Yeah, and this is how I feel right now. I just want to eat like this gray owl. What to see? Feel like my favorite Pokemon is Noctowl? No, my favorite Pokemon is Rowlet. What are you talking about? Sleepy Rowlet is right here. This is what I want to be right now. I want to be Rowlet. I want to sleep like him, but like this. I want to sleep on my face with my ass up in the air. That's how I'm gonna be right now. Passed out on my beanbag. Accurate representation of what Athy's like when she comes home from work. So come home from work. Oh god, I'm so tired. I can't reach my bed. Oh, I'm about. Ugh. there. Look at the little expressions. Glad you guys like that. Yeah. Okay, let's open this little bad boy up. So we are building this petite guy. Look how cute this is, guys. There's a little pink bear guy holding a baby bear guy. Okay, and that's like his weapon, low-key, or maybe his baby, I don't know. You could put him as a backpack. Backpack bear guy. Baby bear guy. Yeah, so cute. If you pass out midstream, what do we do? If I pass out midstream, tell YouTube Kun to shut my stream off. Or just enjoy the owl snores. However you feel. If you feel like you'll enjoy my owl snores, then feel free to keep listening to my stream. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry, I'm gonna do my best to not pass out midstream, guys. I'm gonna do my best to stay up. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. But your owl snores. No owl snores. Not from me, no. No. I don't snore, unfortunately. I don't snore. Okay. Let's take a look at the instructions here and hope to God that I don't lose any of these pieces, because I swear it's gonna be like last time where I spent 30 minutes on the floor trying to find something. I'm gonna cry. So anyways, tell me about your day, guys. How's it been? What did you guys do today? Anything fun? Anything interesting? Well, my last 3 shifts were interesting. So I basically was charge nurse for 2 nights in a row, which was interesting because, you know, every time I'm charge nurse, I'm always like kind of traumatized. Just because when it gets busy, sometimes I don't really know what to do, especially since I just started working there. But I guess since I've been working there for a year now, I should really kind of step up. I should step up and start taking initiative somehow, one way or another. Because if I'm not going to be charged, then I don't know who is, because I'm not the lead senior anymore. Actually, there are a lot of nurses who are pretty new. But it was fun. I enjoyed actually being a charge nurse for 2 shifts. It was really, really good experience. Really, really, really good experience. And it wasn't too busy either, so I was lucky it wasn't too busy. Yeah. It was meal prep day, just chilling and cooking. Wow, I really appreciate people who can just meal prep like that. I used to try and do that. I guess I only meal prep like once in a blue moon, but I have coworkers who really are hardcore meal preppers, and they always post their meal prep on Instagram, and it just seems like a lot to do, but also just like a really good habit to develop. And I don't know, it's hard for me to meal prep because one, I like don't live by myself, and the food that we buy is not just for like one person, so it's kind of hard to meal prep when you're buying bulk things for like a family. I guess if I lived by myself, it'd be a lot easier to meal prep, if you know what I mean. But since like I live with other family members, and Mama Athi is always like cooking something, it helps with the meal prep part. But at the same time, it doesn't really give me a choice, because I just have to eat whatever is on the table, because I don't want to waste it, you know? I don't want to waste food like that. Meal prepping for more than like 2 people to just get a lot. Yeah, and I don't even meal prep for other people. It's just like I have a very specific diet as well. because I try to eat healthier, and I don't really like bacon and stuff like that, or like fried beef or other things. Or I don't even eat white rice anymore, at least at home. But because I have a teenage younger brother who eats literally like a trash can, unfortunately, like, you know, there is trash food around the house, which I prefer not to have. I really do not like having trash food around the house. Makes temptation very, very, very easy. But yeah, I try to have my own stash of healthy snacks versus the other guys. What do I consider trash food? I mean, pizzas, frozen pizzas, and chips and all that, chocolates and candies. Basically all the stuff that you know is not good for you, but you really want anyway. Like, you crave it so bad. So bad. I mean, I know I crave it so bad too, but it's not good for you. Effie, it's not good for you. What do you mean? They're sacred, but you can't eat them every day, okay? It's so unhealthy. It's so unhealthy. Especially if you're trying to watch your health, your cholesterol and your sodium levels and your blood sugar levels, and you want to live a long and healthy life, and you should consider having a better diet. Whole foods, low carbs, good nutritional foods. Yeah. Because, I don't know, trash foods also just make me crash. They give me like this big sugar spike, and then I just feel so groggy and tired for the rest of the day. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that with you, but the sugar crash is real, or like the carb spike or food coma, whatever you like to call it. It's real. Okay, let me push this in here. Need this back. Hold up, let me remove this chat for 1 second. Sugar is a relaxant, yes, but it also is what gives you diabetes. And we don't want diabetes. No. But Bintang, enjoy your crocheting. I really have to get back into crocheting as well. Crocheting is very fun and therapeutic. A lot of my patients and their family members like crochet. One of my patients actually, her aunt crochets, and she was so excited to show me what her aunt made on TikTok, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so professional. Like, her aunt made all of these little plushies and even clothes and scarves and hats. She makes dozens of them, hundreds of them even. I'm like, how do you make all of them so quickly? She's like, yeah, like those little baby hats that you make, she can make them in like 15 minutes, less than 30 minutes for like a baby hat. And I'm like, it takes me 4 hours. It took me 3 days to make one baby hat, just because I kept, you know, having to unravel everything and start it all over again. She's like, yeah, you know, you just have to get used to the feel of it. For me, my biggest issue with crocheting is getting the tension, getting like a proper tension, because every time I stitch one, it the size always varies, and then it looks really wonky and it's not consistent. Yeah, it's just not great. Not great at all. All right. I'm going to... Where's the mouth for this? But what are you crocheting? I'm crocheting back panel of your sweater. You're crocheting my sweater! I'm so excited to see that! I really want to... I can't wait to see what my sweater looks like to you, Bidang. It'd be really cute if somebody crocheted like a version of my sweater. I'd be so happy to see that. Yeah. Well, it looks like a lot of you guys meal prep. Y'all are so great. Maybe I should do like a meal prepping stream. That way I'll have more accountability and you guys can help me. You guys can help me meal prep. Do you guys want to help me meal prep on stream one day? Okay, let's see. I have to put stickers on now. Grab a TV. I know I used to subscribe to like those meal prep subscription boxes like HelloFresh. I've used all of them. I've used like HelloFresh, I used Blue Apron, I used Factor. Excuse me. I used that. I used all of those. I'm sorry, double sneeze. When I'm sleepy, I get even more allergies for some reason. Yeah. Wait, is even the right... Is even the right size? It says sticker number 2 and I got it. But yeah. And then it just ended up like being too expensive to keep up, even though they had like really good starting discounts. They would give you like free boxes when you first started out, but then it started to get a little expensive. And then I also just like didn't like any of the meal options that they would give us. So I kind of just was like, nah, not for me. Let's see. We're gonna put the eyes on the bell. I'm gonna put the eyes. Obligatory stream sneeze. I know. I keep sneezing. I'm gonna stop. The Flonase doesn't even work for me, guys. I just like I have no nose hair or something. Where did all my nose hair go? Where did all my nose protection go? My nasal protection. Anyways. So other than the fact that I was charge nurse for 2 nights in a row, you guys know there's like a spread of Norovirus happening throughout everywhere, not just the hospitals, but like literally everywhere, but also the hospitals. So our hospital ended up having some like pretty nasty spreads. Like we've had a patient who's been here for like almost 2 weeks now, and she came in fine, and then all of a sudden the other day she started having like severe vomiting and diarrhea. And we were like, oh, it's just a side effect because she just had like a gallbladder removal surgery. So we're like, oh, it's probably just a side effect from her surgery and stuff, because sometimes when you have like abdominal surgery, there could be like bowel obstruction. So they were like concerned that she might have had like bowel obstruction or something like that. So they did like a ultrasound of the abdomen, but it was fine. So then the only other thing it could have been is like she caught like a stomach bug. Now, because she didn't originally come in with that, it means it must have spread. And so that night I was charged, and her nurse was on break, and I was covering for her, and she was like sitting on the commode, and trigger warning, I am going to talk about the poopies, but basically she literally threw up like buckets. She threw up, I think, close to 2 liters of vomit inside a bucket, And then she also just like pooped almost 1.5 liters worth of just pure diarrhea. And you know how sometimes like people's poop kind of smell, you can smell it. This one, oh my God, we were sitting outside just like waiting for her to finish because she's in the ICU. And so she couldn't go to like the shared bathroom. So she has a commode at the bedside. So we were just like waiting for her to finish. And we were like, oh my God, it smells so bad. It like smells, well, you could smell it from like outside. So we kept asking like, are you okay? Are you done? And she was like in a lot of pain. And she was finally done. So then I went up there and helped clean her up and stuff like that. And oh my God, literally the bedpan, which we use like which we put in the commodes to like collect their waste, was literally filled to the top, all right, with brown stuff. And I was like, dear God, it was just like really bad, and it smelled really bad, and I felt really bad for her. So then we collected it, and immediately the results came back, and they were like, oh, it's norovirus. So then our manager was like, guys, she like messaged everybody. She was like, guys, please be careful to practice good hand washing and good hand hygiene, because we have a patient now who has norovirus, which didn't have norovirus before, and the only reason she could have got it is because we actually had another patient. So it's so funny how the norovirus spread from patient to patient. So let me tell you the story of how the norovirus ended up with this patient, because it wasn't even from a patient. So she got norovirus from a patient who got it from another patient. So she's like the third in a row. No. Yeah, she's like the third or fourth patient in a row to have caught the norovirus from another patient, if you know what I mean. So like our ICU and our regular floor is like, they're kind of like it's like a hybrid unit. They're on the same floor and there's like a door connecting them. So technically we are able to kind of admit patients from the regular floor to the ICU at any time. So we had one patient come in for norovirus from the outside, okay, not from the hospital. And that patient, through some nurse, doctor, staff member, or whoever, their norovirus ended up being spread to the patient next door to them. So then that little baby ended up getting norovirus after like the third or fourth day she was there, because someone spread it to her. And because of that, she ended up having to go to the ICU because she got really, really sick. And she was like she had like a complex medical history, so she was already very weak to begin with. So on top of the fact that she was there for respiratory virus reasons, now she has the norovirus. So she needed to be in the ICU. And then a few days later, after she got discharged, the patient I was talking about ended up getting norovirus as well. And she was in the ICU for like a week already. So the only way that she could have gotten norovirus is if someone who had that baby who got transferred from the floor to the ICU, somebody took care of that baby and then spread it to her. So yeah, there's just like a chain of norovirus being spread. It's very, very contagious. You can literally get norovirus from droplets. So it's mostly contacts, as in like if a particle like ends up on a surface and you touch that surface, like if you touch anything that's contaminated with norovirus, then you can spread it. But another way that you can get it is through droplets as well. So if they throw up in front of you or cough or something like that, and the droplet particles from like their vomit or something like that go into the air, if you're like close up to them, you can also get norovirus or spread norovirus. So like obviously when you're handling their body fluids, right, you can spread it, but it's so contagious. Like literally one drop can cause literal norovirus. So please be careful. Please be careful. Protect the babies. Protect the babies. Yeah. And then And then we have like we have a lot of psych patients coming in. We just all of a sudden had this influx of psychiatric patients as soon as the school year started. And I think school started on what, January 6th? Within those 2 days, January 6th to like January 10th or ish, within those few days, we had like 4 or 5 psychiatric patients come in. And you know, we were kind of expecting it we were kind of blaming it on the fact that it is the start of the school year and kids are not happy, and so they decide to just do things because they're just depressed, because everyone's depressed. So influx of depressed children all on when the school year starts. So sad. Yeah. We have this one girl who's like actively very, very suicidal. And so she's on like the suicide watch precautions. And then usually we don't allow psych patients to have like their phone and stuff, but sometimes they are allowed phone privileges if the psychiatrist clears them. But the problem was here now that we found a razor blade inside her phone case, and like nobody knew. Okay, nobody knew that she had a razor blade in her phone case, which is kind of crazy. I mean, how are we supposed to know about that sort of stuff? Like, now, well, at least now we know if we search a patient and we have their phone, we need to look inside their phone case, because they could literally be hiding anything inside their phone case. And she had that phone for like a couple days. So we were like, God damn, if she had that razor blade with her this entire time, even if she was on one-to-one observation, things could have turned out very, very badly if she had used that razor blade. Yeah, but you know, I mean, I've had worse things that kids have tried to sneak or tried to sneak into their rooms or their bodies or whatever. Remember the time I told you about a patient I had who tried to swallow a battery? Well, she did swallow a battery, and then she was like actively trying to she was trying to hurt herself by like swallowing things. And she managed to swallow a AA battery that she swiped off one of the nurses or one of the techs or whoever was sitting with her taking vitals. But apparently, like, you know, those like disposable thermometers, they have they use like AA batteries. I guess the thermometer or something like that must have fallen out of the pocket or must have dropped on the floor on the bed or something, and she took it and she hid it. And then under the blankets, even though she was under the watchful eye of like everybody in existence in the hospital, she was still able to get the battery out of the thermometer, hide it somewhere in her gown or in her underpants or whatever, and then go to the bathroom and hide that battery somewhere in the wall, in the hole, like a hole in the wall or something like that, or on the floor or behind the toilet, I don't know, and then proceeds to swallow the battery. And nobody knows that she swallows the battery until she tells her mom. So then her mom starts flipping out and starts like, you know, flipping over the chair and the bed and the blankets and the pillows, trying to find all, you know, extra things that she might be hiding. And mom's like screaming her head off. And obviously very, very, very mad. And then we take the x-ray and boom. You can literally see a AA battery. Very perfectly horizontal. If like this is her lungs right here. Like these are her lungs. This is her chest, this is her lungs. It's like bam, right horizontal, right in the middle of the trachea. You could see it going down the esophagus. Not the trachea. Like going down the esophagus. It was so obviously a battery, but it's so crazy. So we had to like keep monitoring it. We do like serial x-rays basically. There's nothing really they can do. I think GI cleared the fact that these batteries are now coded because too many kids be dumb and swallowing batteries now. So these battery companies purposely coat them so that these kids won't die or their stomachs will not erode from the battery acid. So all you have to do is just wait for this battery to pass in their poop. Yes. Yeah, so that's basically what is happening now. You know, yeah, it's good that they're trying to be safe with these kind of things. We don't want the kiddos to get hurt. I'm trying to look at this. What is this? 11? I'm gonna do the right arm or left arm? Left arm? Left arm? 11? Okay, let's do the arms. Yeah. Also, I think button batteries are definitely coded now because those are the ones that are the most dangerous, the button batteries. But there are so many safety measures for that too. The worst one she swallowed, I think, were like little magnets because she swallowed like 5 tiny little magnets. And I think that was the one that freaked everybody out the most. Like she swallowed AirPods, she swallowed batteries, like whatever. Those are fine. Like we know she's gonna survive from that. But the fact that she swallowed 5 tiny magnets from a little toy that she got from her uncle who like gifted it to her in the hospital while she was there, and we were like so pissed off, like why did her uncle give her a toy with little magnetic batteries? Either way, like that might have warranted going in for emergency surgery because with those magnets it's like if they were separated, that's the issue. The good thing about the fact that she swallowed those batteries is that she swallowed them all at the same time and they were clumped together. So the safe thing about that is that since they're together, they're going to pass together. All right? It's very rare that these magnets that are quite strong in your stomach are going to separate. The issue becomes when you swallow them separately and they're all in different stages of digestion. Because if you look at your intestine, it's like, you know, like a big slide. One big hose. If one battery all of a sudden gets attracted to another battery on the other side or on another part of the stomach, that is going to be one massive hole in the intestine. That is going to be what we call a perforated bowel, which is emergency surgery and can cause death. Oh yes, perforated bowel is not fun. No, no, no. Not fun at all. It's almost as bad as having an obstructed bowel. No, no, no. We don't want that. No, no. No, it not just pinch the intestine. It will literally, it will screw a hole in the intestine. It will burn a hole, like it would just rip a hole. That's what I'm trying to say. It will rip a hole into the intestine if the magnets attach to each other in separate places. Oh, this is a very happy moment. Yes, we're talking about perforated bowels and how dangerous they can be. So please don't swallow magnets. Thank you. It's like when you have like a perforated appendicitis, which is worse than having a non-perforated one, obviously. And the reason being that because your appendix is already so inflamed, and the reason why it is so inflamed is because it has, like, it's infected, right? So if an appendix bursts, all of that yucky, icky bacterial stuff ends up seeping into the rest of your abdomen and can cause you to go septic. So that's why, even though appendicitis is like a very common ailment in children and even adults, if left untreated, can cause death due to septicemia, or what we call blood poisoning or blood infection. Not blood poisoning, blood infection. Yeah. And that's why when you have a perforated appendicitis, and I'm sure you guys probably know someone who's had their appendix removed or have had a perforated appendicitis, they have to stay in the hospital for quite some time, at least a week. Whereas if you didn't have a perforated appendicitis or a perforated appendix, then you probably only have to stay for like a few days after your appendix is removed, just as long as you're able to eat and drink afterwards. But when you have a perforated appendix, you have to be on antibiotics for at least 5 days. You have to be on IV antibiotics for at least 5 days. Yeah. What are the symptoms of appendicitis? Just like abdominal pain, but mostly in like the lower, or like is it the lower right or the lower? I think it's the lower right quadrant. They call it the McBurney's point. And basically it's like tenderness when they palpate it there. And you can tell it's better if when they press down on that area, it hurts, because it's worse when there's pain. Like there's going to be generalized pain, obviously, when you have appendicitis. And then when you press down on the right lower quadrant of your abdomen, it should hurt more. Like it's what we call rebound tenderness. And it's supposed to cause them to like jerk a little bit, like guard. Basically, it's so painful that it causes them to it shocks them and it makes them scream, right? But it's worse if you apply pressure to the area, it actually relieves their pain a little bit. And then when you release it, they're in more pain. That's when you know it's perforated. I don't know why, but there is like a term for it where when you press down on the area on the abdomen, it's actually less painful than when you release it. And that is more dangerous, actually. That means it's progressed further. Yeah. So that's just what I know from what I've learned from the doctors. I mean, I don't know anything. I'm not a doctor, but I've seen a lot of things that doctors do. So I feel like I can comment in some way. Yes. Oh, what happened to Markiplier when he had that one surgery? No, surgery is scary. I've never had surgery done on me before, so I never know. But just prepping for it, it's very daunting. How many organs can be removed and assumed to be found without them? Probably just your appendix and a kidney. And maybe like a bit of your liver. I don't really think you can live long without a lot of your vital organs. I know your appendix... Oh, gallbladder. You can remove your gallbladder. You don't really need that. Gallbladder and appendix are the two most common organ removals. Kidneys would be next because people donate their kidneys to family members sometimes. And people also do liver, but not like full liver removals because you need your liver to live. But like people will remove or resect like parts of their liver because of like cancer. What else can you remove? People can live with one lung. People can live with one lung. Technically you could live without your pancreas, but you would really need your pancreas. It's when people have pancreatic cancer, they do this one very, very daunting surgery called the Whipple procedure. I don't really remember what the details of it are, but it is like a temporary measure. They like remove a lot of different parts of your organ, not just the pancreas, to kind of help prolong your life. But it's a very, very painful surgery. Like the recovery for a Whipple is like, people sometimes ask, is it like worth it? Is it worth suffering that much just to prolong your life for like a few days to a few months? Like you wouldn't even know. Yeah, I've been reading a book. Some of you might have read it actually. It's my cousin's favorite book. It's and a lot of my healthcare coworkers have read it too, and they said they really enjoyed it. It's called When Breath Becomes Air. And it's just like a memoir of a neurosurgeon who ends up getting brain cancer, and it just like recounts his whole story of like how he grew up, why he became a neurosurgeon, how he also is like really into writing. Like he was originally an English major. He's like really good at literature and stuff, but then he also really wanted to understand like what the meaning of like life and death was. He really wanted to get close to that because he didn't really understand his own life or his own purpose. So he wanted to do that by becoming like one of the most difficult, not difficult surgeons, but one of the most complex surgeons, or performing one of like the most complex surgeries you can by being like a neurosurgeon and going into neurosurgery, which is like one of the most difficult fields of surgery. And also you're just dealing with like people's livelihoods in general, because neurosurgery also deals with like people's speech and motor functions, which are like how people go about their daily lives. So either way, long story short, it just like I'm like halfway through the book right now before he like actually gets like the cancer, or before the cancer actually progresses. But yeah, it's, I don't know, it's like interesting. I really like his descriptions of his stories that he's the stories of his patients, of him and his patients. But I don't know if I fully agree with his decision to, like, it just seems to me that the reason why he became a doctor is because he wanted to discover, he wanted to be closer to like death and life, and he wanted to understand what the meaning of life was, and what it is to live and to connect with other people. And I'm like, sure, that's great and all, but like at the end of the day, you should become a doctor because you want to help people, not because you want to like discover what the meaning of life is or whatever and philosophize about it. So some people, I read like comments that were, some people didn't really like the book. I mean, there's some really good quotes in the book as well, like really, really profound. And I mean, he passed away, I feel like before he was able to finish the book, but a lot of people were criticizing him for the fact that him and his wife decided to still work, like dedicate their entire lives to their work despite having children. And even in his last moments, as he was like suffering from brain cancer, he still decided to work and spend less time with his family. Like he didn't dedicate any of his last moments, or not, I wouldn't say any, but like he didn't spend most of his time with his family in his final moments, you know what I mean? And people were like, if I were him and I had brain cancer and I knew I only had like 3 months or 6 months to live, I would have quit my job immediately and just spent whatever little time I had left with my family and friends. But he decided to continue pursuing his question of like, what is life, what is death, and that sort of thing. Kept working. And people were like, it just shows like the mentality of doctors, they're workaholics, like neurosurgeons and stuff like that. And it also just, it supports the fact that doctors in the end are all have God complexes, and all they want to do is really understand what is life and have the feeling of like life and death at their hands, you know? Even though they have family and children, like they'll still work. They'll still work. And then the other half of the people who actually enjoyed the book said that it changed their life and it changed their view of what life and death is about, and what is the purpose of living, and that sort of stuff. Like a lot of people who have read that book, like my cousin and my coworker, said that it's like changed their view of losing people that you love and like their own mortality, like facing their own mortality. So there's like two sides. There's people who like really do not like the book at all because maybe it shows doctors in a little bit of a bad light, but it shows them in a good light too. Like it tells so many great stories about his work and his work with patients and how many lives he saved and stuff like that. But then some people will also just look at that as like as something that they wouldn't do. Like they wouldn't do anything that he would have done if they were in his shoes. And then there are people who like loved everything that he said, and that it's now like a Bible for them, how they live, how they view life. It's like the philosophy, basically their philosophy. Yeah. It's on your rich list added. Yeah. At least he didn't go breaking bad rough and noisy and break cancer. I mean, some people said that he did worse and he actually didn't spend time with his family, which he should have. He just decided to become a doctor even harder. It's like, oh, I want to be a doctor because I want to know why I'm on this earth and why people are the way they are. Oh, I have brain cancer now? Oh, I'm going to work even harder because I want to know what it's, because now that I'm dying, now I want to know what is like even more to be, now I want to know what it's like to feel like that I'm dying, and what is my purpose now that I'm dying, you know, that sort of thing. So I don't know, people are just like, it's too much. Yeah. But anyways, DJ says about the Markiplier surgery. He got this morphine dosage wrong, so he was in incredible pain. Nobody believed him. His best friend's mom realized something was wrong, shoot everyone out. And then there's the dilaudid thing. What happened with the dilaudid? Or so they put them on dilaudid? Oh, okay. Well, that kind of sucks. Yeah, dilaudid is a lot stronger than morphine. We give that a lot to our patients too, our sickle cell patients. But we always try to start everyone on morphine because we don't want to give them the hard stuff first. Yeah, or oxycodone. They should have given him oxycodone. Oxycodone would have worked. Okay, I'm pretty much done with all the parts. I just have to do baby now. I just have to do the Babu Bear. I want to do the Babu Bear. Everyone has to deal with their own mortality in their own way in the end. Exactly. Which is why, like, I really want to get into some philosophy books this year. Everyone's been talking about, like, different philosophers and their view of, like, life and mortality and stuff like that. I really want to read that sort of stuff. And then I also want to read what people think of them, because honestly, what I find more entertaining than reading the actual book is reading what other people have to say about that book. You know, I want to see how people are divided and what their experiences were like reading because everyone's experience is different, right, when reading a book. So I haven't finished the book yet, so I'll let you know how it impacts me in the end. As a healthcare worker, I'm thoroughly enjoying it because it is a very accurate representation of what we go through in our day-to-day lives. Like the way that he describes how depressed he feels and how guilty he feels, you know, after making even just like the smallest mistakes that can impact their patients. And then he talks about, you know, having a good friend and a general surgery resident that he was really good friends with committed suicide because of like a small mistake during a surgery that affected a patient. And literally right after the surgery, he felt so guilty, he like jumped off a building. Like, you know, that sort of thing. It's just so crazy that, like, you know, people don't understand like the amount of guilt and the amount of burdens that like doctors and healthcare workers have to shoulder every day. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, how do we even deal with that? And then the fact that sometimes the only way to deal with it is to desensitize yourself to it, which is not really what we want. You know, we don't want to desensitize ourselves to something like someone's life in our hands, right? In someone's actual life. But how do we protect ourselves, right? How do we protect ourselves in the end if we can't just detach ourselves from those things in some way? Or else we'll end up like that one resident who jumps off the building. Don't want that to happen to you. Yeah. And so then on my last shift, my third shift, I wasn't charged. I had a patient, and I had a sickle cell patient because we have a lot of sickle cell patients too, since the weather is cold, and usually during the cold weather season, sickle cell pain tends to flare up. So I took care of this one really, really lovely girl. She's been hospitalized, like in and out of the hospital because of sickle cell pain since she was like really young. Even our oldest nurses know her. She's literally, you know, been at this hospital since she was like 6, and now she's like in her 20s. So now we're taking care of her, and I just found out, I think it's like the first time I've ever taken care of her, but I just found out that we literally have everything in common. I spent my whole night, spent hours and hours and hours chatting with her and her mom about everything. They love, you know, they love horror movies. They love K-pop. They love K-dramas. We were exchanging K-dramas, and she loves anime. Loves anime. And she was basically like me when I was younger. She said she used to watch so much animes when she was in like middle school, end of elementary school, start of middle school, basically. And what got her into it actually was Hatsune Miku. And I was like, girl, don't even get me started on Hatsune Miku. She was like, Vocaloids are her favorite fandom. And when she was younger, she used to write like Vocaloid fan fiction and like Wattpads and stuff like that. And I told her I literally did the same thing, and that my fan fictions are still up. She's like, me too, my fan fictions are still up. And then she was telling me how she didn't like the fact that everybody kept shipping Kaito and Meiko, or Kaito and like Miku together. Like, she didn't like the fact that people kept making these ships, because she viewed everybody like a family. And I said, I agree. Like, I didn't like the fact that people were shipping like Kaito with anybody. You know, I think that maybe the other guy characters in Vocaloid would have done better with the other girls. I know that people always ship Rin and Lin together, but they're siblings, so it's kind of like weird at the same time. So yeah, it was just like we had this whole conversation about Vocaloid. And then she showed me her favorite Vocaloid song. And it was so funny because I asked her, I was like, so like, what was your favorite Vocaloid song? She's like, oh, I can't remember the name. But all I remember is that there were like 3 girls in the video. It was Miku, Luca, and then this brown hair girl. And then something happened and like one of the girls died. And I was like, oh my God, I think I know what song that is. And now I already forgot what it was. Do you guys remember that one? Do you guys remember that? Shoot. I know it. I literally have it in my history. It's a very... Do you... Okay. Hold up a second. Hold up a second. I'm going to my history right now. Because I remember... Here it is! No, it's called Reboot. It's called Reboot by the same guy who wrote From Y to Y. And it includes Luca, Miku, and this Utaoloid called Jimmy. Yeah, do you remember that one? Wasn't it like so awesome? It had like a full-blown animated music video and everything. Yeah. It was like very emotional. She just told me that she remembered watching that and she would cry every single time. She just like bawl her eyes out. And I could see why that music video is always so emotional. It's about like 3 friends and then one of them dies or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. All right. I do this right. So then we had very nice conversation and then she like told me some like very sad things as well. Like I think she honestly told me about that song because she actually just found out that her best friend like took their own life like a few days ago, and she was in the hospital. And I didn't know why she was always crying. Like sometimes I went in there, she wasn't my patient, sometimes I would go in there just to check on her for my coworker, and I would see her, like, she would be in the bathroom, like, bawling her eyes out. And I thought, oh, you know, she's probably going through some emotional, you know, teenage stuff. You know, we all have our own emotional things that we go through. And maybe she's just sad that she's in the hospital and that she's, you know, missing out with friends or family or whatever. But then she told me that, like, she found out her best friend literally, like, passed away the other day. And she wasn't able to go to the funeral. And so we started talking about it. And then it was just like we had this really long heart-to-heart, and then she started crying, and then I started crying, and then we both were crying in the room together. And I mean, sometimes it happens. I told her, like, it's okay to cry. You are literally mourning right now. Like, don't ever take this as a sign of weakness, and don't ever feel afraid to cry in front of us, because I know that I've heard from other nurses that you don't like to show your emotions and your pain in front of other people, because you said you don't want to be a burden. But don't ever feel that way around us, because we don't want it to build up, and we know we would never think of you as a burden. And if anything, we would want you to be able to express your emotions so that you can feel better afterwards, you know, even just a little bit. So we talked about it for a little bit, and then we switched the subject to talking about our favorite horror movies and Korean dramas. Yeah. It's crazy how, like, your conversation can just change from something so sad and impactful to something wholesome and mundane. And you can still be okay about everything, but in the end, you know, we're still mourning. Everybody has their own way of hiding their own emotions. Now, what the hell is this? Like, what is this? I'm like confused. What is this? Oh. Wait, what is this? I'm trying to figure out what this yellow piece is. Yeah. So then, before I show you the final reveal, so then, you remember that Miku doll that I got for my friend in Japan when I went to Japan last? She gifted me like this Project Diva Hatsune Miku plushie. I told Mama Athi, because Mama Athi was picking me up from work that morning. I told Mama Athi to bring it. So I grabbed it and I brought it up to her. And she was still asleep, but her mom woke up and I told her mom, I was like, I want to give her this Hatsune Miku plushie because, I mean, I don't need it. And I know she really loves Hatsune Miku. So I thought she would really like it. And her mom's like, oh my God, I have to wake her up. Like, I can't. This is just like, this is too much. Like, this is too precious. So she literally woke her up at 8 a.m. as I was about to leave. And yeah, I gave her the Miku. And then she started crying. And she gave me a big hug. And I said, you know, like, this is like a very limited edition doll from Japan. I know you've always talked about wanting to go to Japan and how much you love Miku, so I feel like you deserve this the most. I was like, you're like really inspiring, and I really love chatting with you. And I'm not gonna see you when I come back because I'm not gonna be back for like about a week and a half. But you know, I hope you get out soon and you'll be able to mourn the loss of your friend. Like, the thing she was worried about is that her best friend left her a letter, like a handwritten letter with her name on it, before she took her own life. So she told me how terrified she was of opening that letter and reading it. And I told her, like, you know, it's okay to be scared to read it, but like, you know, you can do it on your own time. Don't force yourself. And so yeah, Jula cried, and then I cried. And I also realized that this might be her last hospitalization in pediatrics, because her birthday is at the end of the month. Actually, her birthday is in a few days. And once she turns 21, she won't automatically be admitted to the pediatric floors anymore for her sickle cell pain. She will be admitted to the adult floors because she's officially aged out of pediatrics. And it makes me really sad to think about that, because she's such a sweet person, and I would have loved to have taken care of her again if she ever came back. And I know that they don't take as good care. They don't take as good care of their patients in adults as they do within pediatrics, which is why a lot of them complain when they go up there. So I was telling her, I really wish that you could just stay in pediatrics even though you're 21. So yeah. Anyways, me getting eepy again? What do you mean? It sounds like Afi woke up. No, I'm full like eepy again. What did you think of Miku Fortnite? I am obsessed with the #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. I literally on my Instagram, oh my god, I found like the Miku Fortnite video, and I'm a little bit addicted to it. Hold up. I found the Miku Chug Jug MV. Yeah, #1 victory royale. Fortnite, we're about to get down. Chug Jug. Did you see that one? Did you see it? It's so good. Hold up. I'm trying to find it. Wait. Miku Fortnite MV. Stop it. Where did it go? No, I have to go to my Instagram. Where's my Instagram? I sent it to my sister. Why is it on Instagram? Okay, give me 1 second. Let me go to my sister's message. Aha, here we go. It's a very short one, but it's this one. Hold up. Is this one? Okay. It's so good. Whoever animated it is so good. Give me 1 second.
We got the #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. Then kills on the board right now. Just wiped out the middle town. My friend just got down. I revived him, now we're heading southbound. Now we ain't the best and dark streets. Look at the map, go to the mark sheets. Take me to the Xbox to play Fortnite today. We can put the most in my house, but not to play. I really love to chat with you. We can play for Fortnite gamers.
Oh no, I was muted. Sorry. Okay. Fortnite is just something that piques my interest now, so I want to try playing it. Actually, one of my friends started playing Fortnite a lot on stream, and she said she'll start teaching me, so maybe you'll see some Athlete Fortnite streams in the future. I don't know, just because I want to play with a Miku. It's because I want to play with a Miku. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. I am Bear Guy, and this is my babu. Here's my babu, right here. I'm a babu. Throw the babu, throw the babu. Bwah! Bwah! Oh wait. Okay, throw my babu. Bwah! Ah! We're not throwing babies. Babu! And then you can also attach babu to butt. Butt. We have a babu butt. Babu on the butt. Walking around, making my way downtown with a babu on my butt. It's so cute. I can't wait to display this next to my other pink bear guy. I'm trying to collect all the bear guys. But they're becoming like some sort of rare, they're becoming like a little rare now. So it was not cheap, guys. I bought this at a book off, y'all. I got ripped off, guys. I bought this for $40. This for $40? Guys, I got ripped off. But I mean, it's cute. It's a small price to pay for cuteness. Okay, I know. It was $40. I could prove it to you. It's right here. It's $40 right there. I was ripped off, y'all. Okay. You could. Well, I mean, I don't know if you can find this for cheaper because maybe it's like rare. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just saw it in the store and I was like, I need to get it, or else I don't know if I'll ever be able to get it anywhere else ever again. So yeah, that's the situation. Yeah.
Let me stretch a little bit.
I'm tired. You found one online for $7? Stop it! No, I got ripped off. To be fair though, it is out of stock. Okay, see? That's why. Because they're rare and they are a collector's item, okay? You can't buy them anymore, so that's why they are $40. They got scalped by the book off, okay? It's $40 markup because of rarity. Yes, this is a rarity, guys. The bear guys are so rare. They're little bubbles. Next to my little pink one, I'm so excited. Okay, so there we go. I have Mama Babu, Mama Bear Guy right there. Let me just put everything back in the box. The Cup of Impulse purchase, I bought this over a year ago, okay? So you can't say anything about that. I bought that over a year ago. It is fine. It is totally fine. Oh, you know what I know? I think this is to like put other, if you have more of like the petite series, like they have other accessories, but I don't have these. You have to like get the other parts. So this one would be the wings. You can buy wings. You can add various parts to the back. Yeah. Add different HD series parts to your petite guy. So you can literally customize your petite guy with other parts from the HD series. So I'll just keep it in the box in case I ever feel like I want to customize a granddaddy thing with it or something, or put wings on him or something. Yeah. It's your money, do as you want. No, I bought these because it was a little gift to myself. I remember I got these bear guys as a little present to myself, so it's okay. I'm not judging myself for buying a $40 Gunpla, but trust me, you don't want to know how much the full-sized bear guy kits were. If this was $40, those were double the price. So let us all just accept that, all right? That inflation is a thing. That people will mark up things on it for a purpose, for a reason. Anyways, I bought this at a book off, and now when I go to that same book off, I can't find any more bear guy Gunplas. There was like a time when I went last year where there were just a bunch of bear guy Gunpla there. And I think there were like 10 different kits, but I only bought 3 or 4. And even then, they were all so expensive. I only bought like the cutest ones. Also, my cutting skills need work because there's so many scratches on it. I don't know why there's so many dents on it. But I like this because this was really easy. This only took me, like an hour? But I could have done this in like less than an hour, even less than 30 minutes if I wasn't chatting. But this is a very, very quick one, but so cute. A little basic, but it has all of like the iconic functions, like the ears are adjustable as well, and the arms, and then you got the little baby. You could throw the baby. Wow! Could always stick some sandpaper to those edges. I mean, that's what I did. Like you can see I've sanded them a little bit, but the problem is when I sand them, it like leaves a little bit of a scuff mark as well, and I would rather just leave it alone. And remember in my last stream I said the imperfections are what make it unique. So these imperfections I'm just gonna have to deal with, and I'm happy with them. And I like how it's a puzzle piece as its base, which makes me wonder if the other petite guys in the series also have puzzle bases. And in that case, would you be able to connect all the puzzle pieces together? And I think so, because if all of the pieces were like this, you would be able to connect this piece over here. So imagine if you collected all of the petite guy pieces. Oh, there's so many. The petite guy kits, and then you just got a bunch of them and you put them right next to each other. Look! I have this one, but look, I think this is showing you how you can customize it. You can put wings, you can put this shield, you could just put the wings and the baby, or like these wings and the baby, the skull shield, that sort of stuff. Yeah. Oh, looks like on eBay and stuff it's roughly $40. Okay, so it is about the same price as if you would buy it online right now, just because it is rarer. But the MSRP is $3. Well, made in 2017, so they probably don't make them anymore. Wow, so they really didn't make that many of them. That's surprising. I feel like these would have been very, very popular because they're so cute. You know who I think would really love these and who should start making bear guy Gunpla? Keon, because Keon's a bear tuber now, and I just watched her return, well, her like soft return stream, and because she did the stream yesterday, and it was so happy to see her and hear from her again. So yeah, if you guys haven't watched Keon's return stream, please do. It's on her channel. She's spelled Kiyon now. And she's a bear, and she's very, very cute. We love our bear, Keon. Yeah. You think she'd enjoy Bear Guy too? Yeah. Maybe I'll send her a kit or something. If I ever visit her in Australia, I'm gonna go gift her one for sure. Don't tell her that though. Shh. It's gonna be a little surprise. Yeah. Well, that's it for today, guys. I still have a lot of things to do tomorrow. I have to go to my yoga class at 10 a.m. And then I have to pack. And the problem is I don't have my luggage because my little brother went on a trip. And he stole my carry-on luggage. Excuse me. So I don't have my carry-on luggage. And his flight arrives tomorrow morning, and my flight departs tomorrow evening. So I've just kind of put all my stuff in a pile, and I'm just waiting for him to come back so that I could snag that carry-on bag and just stuff all my stuff in it as fast as I can. And then you thought she was Hawaiian? What do you mean? She's Australian. She's not Hawaiian. Well, I guess she's closer to Hawaii than I am, but I folded all my stuff ahead of time. It's just that I like having everything set up and ready before. So I'm just like freaking out a little bit, but it's fine. His flight, I think he's gonna get home at like 8 a.m. So hopefully I'll be able to like pack everything in the morning, and then I plan to leave my home like around 2 or 3-ish to be able to catch my flight. And my flight goes to Montreal. It's from Montreal to Lyon. So that's where I'm flying to. It's I have a layover in Montreal. And the place in France that I'm flying to is called Lyon, or Lyon. I don't know how to say Lyon. Lyon. Because there's like a very, very big ski resort over there that is one of the top ski resorts in the world. So I'm really excited. I last time I went to a proper ski resort was when I was in Hokkaido when I was like 14, and I skied in like the Niseko area. But yeah, since then I haven't really skied in nice places, and I've gotten injured a lot. So it'll be nice to like have ski lessons again and enjoy like the après ski culture, if you know what I mean. Like the after ski party culture that they have on the slopes, where you could just like dance around and dance to club music and drink a lot of alcohol. Although I don't know if I'm gonna be drinking alcohol there, but my friends really want to go partying, and they're like, every night we want to go out and see like what the club life is like, what the nightlife is like. But maybe I'll just go walk around and find a nice baguette with some cheese or some ham, a ham and cheese baguette, raclette. I don't know what Lyon is famous for, but obviously there's stews and stuff like that. It would be really nice. There's soup. French onion soup would be so decadent in like the winter. Yeah, he's hoping there's not the usual nonsense with multi-hour delays. Yep, I hope there won't be any delays. But if there are, I did purchase travel insurance, which is very much worth it for this kind of trip, because it not only covers trip cancellations and delays, but it also covers my medical expenses if I ever do happen to wipe out while I'm skiing down the slopes. Because my friend who's coming with me told me that he once got really badly injured in Europe skiing, and he had to pay like $10,000 or something ridiculous for like some surgical repair of his bone or something that he broke. And the travel insurance paid everything back, so he didn't have to pay like a single cent. And the travel insurance was only what, like 10 euros a day or something really cheap like that. Yeah. And I didn't even know this, guys, but the euro is so weak right now. I'm sorry. I haven't lived in Europe in a really long time, so the exchange rate back then was much different, which was it was a lot stronger back then. But I'm looking at the conversion rate for $1 to a euro, and it is like on par. And in my head I was like, no, wait a minute. Didn't a euro used to be like at least 1.5 US dollars? Or like almost 2? Like, yeah, almost 2, like 1.5 to 2 US dollars for a euro, and now it's 1 euro to $1. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Europe is getting dangerous though. What do you mean? And the strongest are like, yeah. Hi Adrian, nice to meet you. Oh my goodness. So now everything's like mad cheap in Europe. Or I wouldn't say like mad cheap. I would say like now everything is as cheap as you would as if you were in the States. Yeah. So now like a euro coffee would be like $1 coffee. Huh. The crime rate is up. Aw. That sucks. Mind you, even when it was radically different, a lot of companies would pretend it was one-to-one when setting their prices. Right, so that's the thing. Even when it was radically different, as in like it was stronger, they would pretend it was one-to-one. So things were actually more expensive in Europe. I heard escargot tastes like butter. Escargot tastes so good. I've had escargot before, but not in France. Also, thank you for the little subs, Adrian. Welcome to the Owl House. Escargot to me, tastes like mushrooms. Tastes like little chewy, gummy mushrooms. They taste like little savory gummy worms. Gummy bears, even. Gummy shrooms. Little grummy shrooms. They're cute. It has like the chewy consistency of like an abalone or like a mussel. If you've ever had that. To me, escargot basically tastes like a mussel or a clam. Which makes sense because it's in a shell. If you think about it, it's in a shell. And if you've ever had conch, it's like the same concept, except snails don't live in the ocean, although they can survive in the waters. It's like eating a conch, just like a baby conch, and I love conch. Yeah, clammy. Don't forget to grab a croissant. Don't worry, I'm gonna have the quintessential French experience. Although I don't know how much of that I can actually get because we will be in the resort the entire time. So it'll mostly be whatever is available to us within the resort vicinity. Oh my gosh. My brain cells are slowly falling asleep. So things might be really expensive because they might have jacked up the price. Maybe we'll never know. Maybe we'll go drive out to like a nice restaurant in the next town over or something like that. I know my friend reserved for us to go to like I wouldn't say like a Michelin star, but like a fancy tasting course, like a very authentic French tasting course that was like 70 euros per person. 70 euros per person. Yeah, that's not bad. 70 euros tasting course is actually pretty good for a small tasting menu. Because I'm remembering back in Japan when I had that Michelin starred omakase for $300. And that's like the minimum now for fancy meals. Blah. Bear guy mentioned. Bear guy's here. The petite guy's here with the baby petite guy. Petiter guy. Petitest guy. So cute. Ah. I like to think that this pink bear guy is basically the child version of my pink bear guy that I have on my wall. Yeah. Time to find the holy resort croissant, the final boss. My friends have been sending me pictures of their food because they're already there, and they've been having these like very decadent stews. There was this French onion soup that my friend sent me a picture of that had like a massive amount of cheese on top, and when she was just like digging into it, it looked so delicious. It's so gooey and cheesy and melty and savory, and I just wanted to take a big bite out of it from the screen. Oh, it looked so good. And like, I love it when the cheese is a little bit caramelized too, and it's like seeping off of the edge of the bowl. Oh god, it's so good. And then they had like like stew with like sausage and bread and lots of cheese, lots of wine. Wow, I'm really gonna enjoy my time in France. I can't wait to have like a proper food experience there, you know? Excited. I haven't been to Europe since 2 years ago? The last time I went to Europe was 2 summers ago. I was in Portugal. And then technically I was supposed to take a trip to Europe last year, but it ended up being Puerto Rico and I have no regrets. So this year might be my Europe year because I'm going to France and I'm planning on taking a trip to the UK in May. If the flights are not too expensive and if I can find cheap accommodation. But if not, then I might divert that to another time. But I really do want to go to the UK in May. If I can find something that works out for me. Yeah. I travel a lot. Oh my god. My travels are nothing compared to my coworkers and my friends, okay? In my group of friends, I am the least traveled person. My friends that I'm traveling with, they go to a different country every month, sometimes twice a month. Meanwhile, my coworkers, my hospital nurse coworkers, I kid you not, they quite literally travel to a different country every month. Like one of my coworkers on day shift, she just came back from like Cancun or something like that. She went on a trip with her family. And just like a month or two ago, she was at, like a few weeks ago, she was in Reykjavik. And then a few weeks before that, she was in Japan. And then she was in Turkey. I was like, girl, how many trips are you going to take within these 6 months? So like within those 6 months, she traveled to like 5 different countries. Also, welcome. Whoa, you streamed? I missed it. No, why did I miss the Noah stream? I should have ended stream earlier so I could watch you guys. No, how are you, my dear? I'm about to end stream as well because I'm getting a little eepy and I have to wake up early because I have a yoga class in the morning and then I have to go fly to France. But thank you guys for watching me build a bear guy. I hope you enjoyed how cute he was. Was doing a Chinese-only Apex stream. A Chinese-only Apex stream? Huh? That's crazy. I can't believe I missed that. He was playing with other people. No, me sad. I missed out. Next time I join her. I remember when I used to play Apex so much, but you know the only reason why I played Apex is because everyone was playing Apex, and I think my what do you call it, my high score or whatever for how long I sat through or I played Apex for was 12 hours. Yeah, that was my record. I think we actually did play Apex for 12 hours straight. Or close to 12 hours. I think it was more like 10. But that's because no one got me into Apex. And I actually really liked it. I started getting pretty good. I remember we would win some games. I was really, really happy. And then I've only ever played not Overwatch. What was the other one? What's the one that's like super fast? It's not Apex. Darn it. What's the one where the games are like super fast? And you're trying to like kill the other person and the turfs are... Valorant, that's the one. I played like Valorant once. I love how you guys got that from the fact that like the games are super fast. Not like Apex where it lasts like 30 minutes at least. Or like League where it lasts like 2 hours. But Valorant, yes, I played Valorant once. I've still only ever played Valorant once in my entire life. And in that game, I won. I was the last person to shoot the enemy. I was like the last person alive. And then I won the standoff. And I remember everybody was freaking out. Because they were like, oh my god, Affy, your first Valorant game and you clutched at the very end. And I was like, I'm so proud of that. Yeah. Now everyone plays Marvel Rivals. Okay, a part of me kind of always regrets that I never really got into video games because I love video games. And if I didn't have so many hobbies and so many loves, I feel like video games would definitely be up there as one of my biggest loves. But to me, like, I personally love like music and anime more, so I'll be like watching anime more than I would be playing games. But who says you can't do both? I still have dedicated a lot of my time to playing video games thanks to being a streamer. But I'm telling you guys, if I didn't stream or if I wasn't a VTuber, the only games you would ever see me play would be like Animal Crossing or like Wordle on my phone. And speaking of Wordle, I did today's Wordle, it's 12 a.m. now, but yesterday's Wordle, and I got it in 3 tries. Are you proud of me? I'm always so proud of myself if I can get the Wordle word in less than 5 tries. Because sometimes they're hard. But I got the word today, and it was just like a fluke. I got the word in 3 tries. Be proud of me. One day, I'm going to get the Wordle word in 1 try, and then I'm going to celebrate with a cake and everything, and I'm going to ask the person to decorate the cake. Congratulations on getting Wordle on the first try. Because that is like... Hello? It's like you've won the lottery. I might as well have won the lottery. Video games are time consuming. I'm almost to the point where I give up video games, maybe get into music. Well, they're time consuming, but if it helps kind of relieve your stress, if it's therapeutic for you, then I'm not gonna complain. Personally, would prefer if you had some like downtime to yourself, That was a good Wordle word yesterday. Yesterday's was a little tough, but I got it at the end. Got it. Or you mean today? You mean today's one? Like this midnight, like the 17th Wordle word or the 16th Wordle word? I got the Wordle word on the 16th in 3 tries. It was cute. As long as you're not playing competitive games, it's stress relief. Well, for some people, competitive games are stress relieving. I guess. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. A part of me is like wondering. What if you put a diaper on a bear guy? If this is a baby bear guy, then shouldn't he have a diaper? I was like, since this is so small, I kind of want to put a little diaper on it. I'm gonna put a diaper on the baby bear guy. Man. Go to sleep, little baby. Go to sleep. You know, it really is a babu. Look at him, he's a baby. He's a diaper. He's a baby. Yes. Perfect. This is what was missing. I knew there was something that was off about this setup. Now this is perfect. This is perfect. This is officially Mama bear, baby bear. Oh no, the diaper is falling off. No. Okay, get it up here. Gotta catch the robot poop. Yeah. It's the bear. Just the ones, the legends to be believed. Holding the baby out with whatever. It's crazy. That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is a clutch move because this is a dangerous move. Like, Bear Guy is literally about to chuck this baby across the universe, across the Gundam universe. That's how I feel. He's like, protect me, baby. He's using the power of the baby to protect him. Oh, you could also like get him to sit down and stuff if you wanted. Yeah. Just like that. What? Anyways, I will chat with you guys once I get back because I have a lot of things that I've been thinking of talking about, but then my brain is kind of just like on a different frequency at the moment just because it's about to tune out and about to go to bed. But I did want to talk about the new animes that I've been watching. I finished the first season of Mashale, and it was so good. And now I'm on to the second season of Mashale. And then I'm somehow I've moved on from my Rick and Morty phase. Remember how I told you like a month ago I was really, really into Rick and Morty? And after rewatching the entire series probably like twice, I rewatched it from front to back and then back to front. I've officially like memorized every single episode, but not like the lines, but like I've memorized the plot of every episode. I memorized the timeline, and I've gone down the rabbit hole deep enough on Rick and Morty that I'm like a complete expert on it now. So you guys can ask me anything about it if you want. Now, I've been contemplating buying the comic books for Rick and Morty. So, saving up for that. Also, still saving up to buy my Gunslinger Girl manga because it is still my biggest dream to own the entire set of Gunslinger Girl manga, even though it's really hard to find like a complete series right now on eBay. If you buy them individually, I think each omnibus or whatever you call it is like, some of them are like $100 for like an omnibus. It's kind of crazy. But for the individual chapters, I think they're like, some of them go for like $10 to $20. So I don't know if I want to collect like the thick omnibuses, which are like multiple chapters in one, or if I want to collect each individual chapter, because what's good about collecting each individual chapter is that it has the art of the book. So you'll have more chapter art. But the omnibuses have different art on it. It has different art on it. So I don't know if I want to get those and then just save having to look around like 13 books. Yeah. Rick and Morty lore stream? I could do like a whole like Rick and Morty, if you've never watched the series, this is what it is about, and like what is the history of Rick and why did he become this way, and what are some of the conspiracy theories they believe behind the show and the characters and that sort of stuff, because I've been through like every rabbit hole imaginable for that. Too many Reddit threads at this point. Reddit is my best friend. Yeah. You have a Rick and Morty question. Why is it that the father keeps pulling women? What do you mean? Pulling women? I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah. I also want to do like other lore streams. There are some shows that I really got into the lore for, and I like typed it up and stuff, but then kind of like died. That was like me with Legend of Korra and Avatar: The Last Airbender. I was so into the show that I used to write essays about it. And by essays, I mean kind of bordering between a fan fiction and like a review. It was like a reviewy fan fiction. Like Jerry is supposed to be a loser, but he always seems to be attractive to women. But does he? I don't think so. I think he's just supposed to be a loser because that's his character in the beginning. Like Jerry is a loser. Like he literally is a loser. They have already analyzed his character and why he is like that. But then he has like a redemption arc. He kind of changes. Season 2 Jerry is like they kind of change. I think the problem is the family. It's not really Jerry. Like sure, Jerry is a loser and everything, but at the same time he is surrounded by like the most toxic people in the entire universe. Like everyone in his family is so toxic towards him, but I feel like as the seasons progress, they slowly change, you know, after going through these adventures and like seeing their therapist. By the way, Dr. Wong, therapist, best character in the show. She helps them, you know, go through therapy and stuff like that. She helps the family go through therapy and like speak out, talk out their feelings. And then they start to kind of be nicer towards Jerry. But then there's this one episode where Jerry joins in on the family therapy, and Dr. Wong literally just like cannot deal with his stupidness. Because he brings these like puppets to the therapy sessions, and he's like, no, the puppets are really stupid. Stop doing that, Jerry. Like, you're just really annoying. Not just bad, but he pulled a space princess and even Summer's friend and head up. It's just a TV show. You know, there was one thing that the creators said to the people who were watching the show, and the problem was people were over analyzing every single thing in the show. To the point that in subsequent seasons of Rick and Morty, they decided to just make an episode to explain everything to the fans, just so that there wasn't any like there wouldn't be any confusion, or like people wouldn't get upset over the fact that there were all of these plot holes. So they did one whole episode where it was just like Rick going to therapy, and that episode was done on purpose because the creators wanted the viewers to like, okay, you finally want to see like what Rick is really like or what he thinks about himself, so here you go, here's your episode. Or like they did a whole episode where they explained like Rick's backstory. They're like, oh, you wanted a whole episode where it shows like Rick's backstory and like why his wife died and why he became like the man he is today. Okay, here's a whole backstory episode. Like, just shut up. Stop asking us questions about what, like, who is Rick and where he came from. Here's an episode, you know. They were just so fed up with people sending them questions about things that they were like, well, here it is in an episode, so just be quiet. I thought that's so funny. That's actually pretty cool though, because I like how when producers or like the creators of shows will actually listen to their fans and then put it in the shows, which is what makes Rick and Morty really great, because it basically gives the fans what they want, but at the same time surprises them too. Like it never fails to surprise and entertain, while also giving people like conclusions, but also room to like ask more questions. So you really get into the deep dive into that. What else is there? Yeah, I've gotten into that show. I started watching more anime, but I can't remember now. Yeah, I watched like started another couple anime, but I think I already told you guys which ones I already finished. I finished the villainous one. Oh my god, I started watching this one called... I finished watching this one called... Oh crap. It's like the low-key Yuri one, but it's the one where she falls in love with the villainess. So she's like the heroine. She gets reincarnated as like the heroine of a game. And the thing is, like, she's played the game multiple times, that she like knows all of the answers to everything. But when she was playing the Otome game, she never liked the main character, or like the heroine themselves, or any of the she didn't like any of the male interests, like the male romantic interests in the game. She liked the villain. Yes, I'm in love with the villainess. And then there was this whole episode where they talked about like being gay. And then they had this whole conversation on like the table. So that her friend was literally like to her face, she was like, "So are you gay?" And then she was like, yeah, I think I'm gay. And then it was just like, I was like, damn, you never hear this. This is great. Like, I love this. This is a great conversation that you need to have at the table. Because in my head, I was thinking, okay, is this real love, or is this just like, oh, you know, she's so cool, like I'm infatuated by her? Because, you know, there's a lot of anime where like one person is like obsessed with like another girl, kind of like if you've watched The Dragon Maid, you know how like Kana has her best friend and her best friend's like obsessed with her, that sort of thing. But is it like real love? And then she just straight up admits to everybody, yes, I love the name of the girl, the villainous girl. And I'm not interested in guys. She was straight up like, I am not attracted to men. Sorry. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. I loved it. It was so good. She's like, you go, girl. You tell everybody you're not interested in them. They're very blunt about topics like that. Yeah, but then in my head, I'm like, but why is it not like that in their society? Why is it they could only ever be so blunt about it in their medias? Like, mostly anime. But even then, in like their BL and stuff like that, they don't explicitly talk about like gender identity, because a lot of the time the show, it's like it's already established, like, oh, they like this guy and that sort of stuff. So they just go along with the plot, but they don't actually talk about like how that formed, or like how that is perceived by society in their show or in general. So it's just interesting that they talked about that and how other people would view it and like be prejudiced against it in certain ways. Yeah. So I liked that. It was a good like quick watch. I finished it really quickly. Yeah. And then I'm moving on to other isekai anime right now. I like the trashy isekai one. I kind of want to find... I always have to find one trashy isekai to watch while I'm watching the good ones. So if you guys know any more trashy isekai I can watch, then please let me know. Like, I think I was considering watching, like, I got reincarnated as a vending machine or some stupid anime like that. I got reincarnated as a freaking vending machine, y'all. What can you even do as a vending machine? I don't even know. Vend the Coca-Cola and save their lives. It's just one stupid silly fun. Yes, I will watch it for the stupid silly fun. Did you watch VTuber Legend? I watched clips of it. And I think that's all I ever need to watch, the no one. As a VTuber, I think the clips are all I need to watch. Because people said it was actually not that entertaining. People were telling me that VTuber Legend was kind of eh. Like, it was like a meh situation. So far I've enjoyed the clips though. I've enjoyed the clips of it. Reminds me of me and my shenanigans. Speaking of like shenanigans, actually I'm planning a collab in the future. Sometime either when I come back from France, like that week or the week after, I can't remember what I promised, but Leg and Ink and I are planning to do like a series where we talk about medical mysteries. So we're all preparing our case studies at the moment. If you guys are interested in taking a listen to our little mini, it's like a mini podcast / stream discussion thing, educational stream thing. Yeah, Leg, Ink, and I are gonna do a stream on medical mysteries in the coming weeks. So look forward to that. I'm still looking for my medical mystery that I want to present. But basically we each are gonna do like a show and tell, and then we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, medical mystery podcast stream. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go night-night now. Thank you guys for chatting with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and have a lovely weekend as well. I will post lots of pictures of my time in France and maybe do, if I have time, a little Twitter space, if I'm able to, for my cabin and update you guys on what's been going on. So stay cool and see you guys on the 26th or 27th. And maybe we could do some karaoke. Oh no, wait, post-vacation stream first. And then we'll do some karaoke. Yes. Alright guys, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in this lovely, lovely world. Good nighty, sleep tighty, don't let the bed bugs bite thee. Night, night, night. See you next time. Hoot. Where's my ending screen? Bye!